Hari Om. So this video is about Jupiter and Venus meeting in the Gemini. Guru Jupiter as a planet is a giver. It is a planet for abundance. It is a planet for your knowledge, your children. Venus, on the other hand, is your music, is your arts, is your love, is your affection, is planet. When both of them meet in Gemini, apparently both of them are anti to each other. Guru Jupiter Brihaspati is Dev Guru and Shukra is the Daitya Guru. But when they meet, their energies do not clash but merge together to give respect, to give results in the coming time. So the conjunction is happening where? The conjunction is happening in the Gemini sign. Gemini is ruled by Budh, Mercury, that is both enjoyment and knowledge blossom together. So now let's study about all the 12 Lagna ascendants, how they will impact them. Let's go around.
Now, when we see Jupiter and Venus in the Aries Lagna, they are transiting the third house. So, what does that typically say? Let's understand that. When we talk about Aries Lagna, Venus is what the second lord and the seventh lord for Aries native, right? And right now, it is transiting where? The third house. Transit of Venus in third house is generally considered to bring favorable outcomes. This period for these people, they may connect with new friends, benefits out of their existing friendship. Good self-confidence will drive you forward in various matters, and you may outperform with your competitors. Now, when Jupiter comes in the third house, Jupiter is what? The ninth and the 12th lord of the horoscope. That suggests you may receive some good news from the distant places. But because Jupiter in the third house is Maran Karakavastha. It's not that very strong. So Jupiter's results coming in shall not be very great. So Jupiter's transit in the Aries Lagna for the Aries Lagna is not that very, very strong. But Venus in Gemini, its relations with siblings, neighbors, harmonious, it's very good for that matters. This transit will always also be in the favor of terms of receiving support or grace from authorities or individual as well. So now when we talk about the Taurus Lagna, now, here, now Lagnesh goes in the second house. Venus is what? The Lagnesh being out here. It is also the ruler of the sixth house. Now, in transit, where has it moved? It has moved in the second house being here. Now, it is transiting here. The Venus is transiting in the second house with Jupiter out here. It generally says it gets you good favorable results. This period is good for shopping and all, as Taurus Lagna, it's always very favorable. That will be helpful. Your interest towards music and arts may increase. Connected to music, so people who are connected to singing music, Taurus Lagna, this will be a good time for appreciation. Secondly, when we talk about Jupiter being out there in conjunction of there, that Jupiter is the 11th lord of the horoscope in the gains. So that's what I'm saying. Jupiter's transit with Venus can lead to gains through various means. But as per that, Jupiter is also the eighth house. So you should be also careful with some obstacles in certain areas, which may also possibly bring certain expenses, unexpected gains in others, right? So your losses may incur at that point of time. But in general, when I see about Venus, the Lagnesh in the second house transiting, it is majorly very favorable. For these people, one remedy which I will suggest for Taurus Lagna is offering desi ghee, cow, or diya in Durga temple. It will be helpful for them for positivity and auspiciousness. It will be very beneficial. Now, talking about Gemini Lagna itself and Venus plus Jupiter here transiting, right? So Gemini, Venus is now what? Venus is the ruler of the fifth house and the 12th house, and in the transit moving in the first house itself. Transit of Shukra Venus in the first house is to get said to be bringing positive results. Shukra being the 12th lord also, some minor negative effects in certain areas, like expenses shall go away, go up for that matters. Extravagancy towards your expenses you may see in there. Travel is good for that matter. Supposedly, if you're planning, Gemini Lagna people, if you're traveling towards any dharam sthan, it will be helpful for them to overcome emotion and to overcome the negativity. Now with that Jupiter in the Lagna, Jupiter is what? The 10th, the lord of the career in this horoscope. So it will help you in the professional life. Both of them in the Lagna, it will be very beneficial for your professional life, wealth, material gains. It's a good time. Students in this case, people who are studying in this case, they shall receive positive results during this time, right? For love, marriage, Gemini Lagna, it's a good period for them. That's not a problem at all. Business people who are into that, that's a good time for them. People who are into trading and entrepreneurship, it's a good time for them. So, in bottom line, is Venus transiting is expected to bring more positive results rather than the negative, right? That will be helpful. Now, talking about Kark Lagna, both of them moves here. Jupiter, both of them goes in the 12th house. Now, Shukra here is the lord of the 4th and 11th lord, something like 12th house. So generally, planets transiting the 12th house are not considered very auspicious. It can give problems. Though Venus is always an exception. Venus in the transit at 12th house always gives positivity. So your love life improves. If there are problems in your love affairs, that will be helpful for that matters. With the 4th lord moving to the 12th house, it indicates that you are planning to achieve something meaningful away from home, such as foreign trips or journey to distant places. This transit of Jupiter and Venus can support and facilitate that. Since a lot of gains, which is what Shukra, Venus is moving to the house expenditure, there may be expenses increasing in your life. During this Venus transit in Gemini, you may also get opportunities for fun, entertainment. That is not an issue at all. In general, if people say, and the 10th lord of the transiting in the 11th house, and the transit of the 10th house lord in the 11th house is considered very highly auspicious for that matter. So Leo Lagna, the negative time which is going as of now, you will see this 1 month will be very favorable for you at any and every point of time. You can expect beneficial phase during this transit, especially Shukra, Jupiter, both of them being out there. 8th Lord Jupiter can give you sudden changes, even matters being out there. There may be some fluctuations because of the Jupiter's transit, but it will be in general, it is said to be very favorable, right? You may also have your good support from siblings, friends, and close associates. So overall, transit is likely to bring positive outcomes in multiple areas of your life. So it's said to be very, very talking about Kanya Lagna, and both of them are transiting here. So now when Kanya Lagna, we talk about Shukra being the second lord, ninth lord, luck of dharma, is now transiting the 10th house. So 10th house, Shukra in general is not considered very, very auspicious. But expecting complete positive results in transit may not be very useful. However, since the ninth lord, luck is moving in the 10th house, luck and action goes strongly with it. That's not a problem. You will act wisely and responsibly. Luck will support your efforts, and with you will be able to accomplish your goals. Also, the Lord of second house, wealth is moving in the 10th house. So it is again saying about a positivity. So when we talk about Jupiter being there, he's the fourth Lord and the seventh Lord, casting benefits on the second house. To Venus transits being, it's not traditionally auspicious. But your working hard areas will be beneficial. You should be respecting your seniors, and under guidance of experienced people you can have good gains. So don't overthrow yourself. You need to a bit silent. That will be helpful. When we talk about Tula coming in, Shukra, Jupiter goes in the ninth house. So now here Shukra, the Lagna Lord, governing the eighth lord parallelly, transiting the ninth house, is said to be very, very well. Your religious journeys, your spiritual pursuits will be very good. If you're planning to meditate, it will be very helpful for that matter, right? And during this transit, long-standing undertaking pilgrimage spiritual will be very helpful. Venus transit in Gemini, you will see some good news from your relatives or from the government areas, and your government-related problems. You may see some positivity coming there. Jupiter, Guru, Brihaspati, the third lord and the sixth lord transiting in the ninth house will give you success in competitive situations. The only suggestion for Tula Lagna people is kindly do not engage in any conflicts in their life. You should be away from the conflict. That will be very helpful. Now, talking about Vrishchik. Now, Vrishchik in the chart, ruler of now in Scorpio Lagna, Shukra rules both 7th and the 12th lord, transiting the 8th house. Generally, planet transiting the 8th house are not considered very auspicious. We always see that, right? Shukra again is an exception out here. 8th house transit can give you positive outcomes. This period will give you lingering problems from the past. It will give a pause from that. If you're dealing with some issues for a while, you will see a gradual relief in coming times. It will be helpful. But in the matters of love and relationship, you may slightly be overwhelming or average. This is because the fifth law related to the romance is transiting the 8th house, which weakens the area of life. Additionally, Shani transiting your fifth house and Mangal casting his aspect there, both of which can add challenge in your love, friendship, and emotional matters. So you need to be very careful for that. So Venus transit can bring positive over for your health or anything else, but Jupiter's being out there, you should be very careful for your romantic relationship. It may give you problems. Scorpio Lagna people, go to Durga Mandir on regular basis, Devi Durga, for your prayers out there. Take her blessings. It will be very, very helpful for you. When talking about Hanu, both of them are acting in the seventh house. Sixth lord, 11th lord, both of them gain social circle transiting the seventh house. Shukra seventh house is considered not very favorable, especially the Dhanu Lagna people, as Venus is not seen as a benefit planet for this sign. However, Guru Brihaspati, the Lagna Lord sitting in the seventh house, and with Venus negatively associated with the transit may not manifest as strongly. So for them, relationship may have some bit of ifs and buts, or what you call is tu tadak can be being out there for this transit people. Venus in seventh house, if you are prone towards some health issues, you need to be very careful. You need to pay extra attention out here, especially for your personal hygiene, especially for your physical and cleanliness being out there. You Sagittarius Lagna people should certainly avoid unnecessary travels. That will not be very favorable for you. Guru, Jupiter, Brihaspati being here, fourth lord, said Lagna in the seventh house is good. That will be a bit supportable. Shukra being there is giving you some hiccups in coming times. So stay aware, being for your responsibilities towards your love partner. That is very important. Neglecting your work duties or daily responsibilities will lead to unavoidable troubles. Just beware out of that. Makar, Capricorn Lagna, here they go. Sixth house, Jupiter, Brihaspati, fifth lord, 10th lord in the for Capricorn, Venus. It's not that very favorable. You need to be very cautious in handling things during this time. Shukra, it can be challenging for your jobs. It can be challenging for your professional areas. You need to keep and be calm for this 1 month. It may give you unnecessary thought problems, unnecessary misunderstandings in coming time. The only thing what I'll request everybody for Makar Lagna people is give your services, seva bhav towards any dharamsthan, because Jupiter being there, it will be helpful, it will be supportive. Moreover, when we also see the transit of Shani, this casting aspect on the fifth house, which can further lead to pressures, matter of love, relationship, and pursuits. So you need to be very careful. Not a very great transit for that matter. So balance your professional life, personal life. It is not a very talking about Aquarius Lagna, and both of them are transiting the fifth house. So the fourth lord and the ninth lord, and that's for Aquarius Lagna Venus. So it's good for favorable for that. There are very high chances Aquarius Lagna people shall see some good opportunities, new opportunities coming in this one. You need to be very strongly taken that matters. इसको जितना strong आप consider these new opportunities coming in, it will be very helpful. So if supposedly your job is at a problem, so this is a good time to resolve your issues with your bosses or with your colleagues. It will be helpful for that matters in both of the areas. So talking about the last lagna, that is Pisces. Now Shukra here is the third lord, and the eighth lord being out sitting in the fourth house. Favorable, it's very favorable. So supposedly you want to anything which is related to your properties, your cars, or your luxury items. It's a good time for that. Financial gains, it's a very good time for that. For in general, you will see transit of Gemini, Venus in the Gemini is very favorable. When we talk about Guru Jupiter best, the 10th lord in the fourth house, so it's a good time. So it is a relaxation time for you people to take